Hey there guys, welcome to Anthony Reviews, where Anthony reviews, and for today, we've got an unboxing. So it's been a little while since I've done an unboxing, and this figure showed up very, very early. It's supposed to ship in, I believe, February, and now it's showing up in December, so, pretty early, like I mentioned. But this is the Transformers Legacy United Animated Universe Optimus Prime. Quite a mouthful for a bit of a title there, but, that's what it is. We've got the sort of Transformers animated style, the cartoon from the late 2000s, featuring David Kaye as Optimus Prime. I'm a big fan of Transformers animated. It's probably my favorite Transformers show. So this Optimus is one of my all-time favorite versions of Optimus Prime. So that's why I got it. And so we've got a nice legacy package here. Big open window. Some people aren't a fan of that for obvious reasons. But hey, kids apparently liked it. That's why they did it. We got some art of Optimus on the side here. We got some looks at the figure, showing off how many steps. 40 years next year. Kind of wild, considering Transformers have been around for that long, and I mean, it's a lot. Another look at some of the Legacy United characters here. We've got animated Bumblebee and some others. Yeah, that's the box. Let's just go ahead and get it open, shall we? Well, I guess we got the instructions out, so there's that. Got Optimus tied down to his sort of yellow with a pink sort of spattering of energon. I don't know what the heck that's supposed to be. We got Optimus out. And the extra little bits here. I know previous figures have sort of had like them in like little tissue paper, the accessories back here, and I guess they've taken to sort of packaging them on the side. Kind of interesting, even though, well, I don't think Transformers is going back to the plastic. I know a lot of other toy lines in Hasbro are going back to plastic, but Transformers might just be like this for a while. This video is brought to you in part by Hobby Link Japan. If you're a fan of things like Super Sentai or just Japanese media in general, why don't you check out Hobby Link Japan? They've got figures, statues, and a whole horde of different kind of collectibles. Click the link down in the description below to check out Hobby Link Japan today. And here we have Animated Prime all out of his packaging, and I gotta say, he cuts a nice silhouette. Some of the problems with sort of adapting the animated or even other sort of designs in the Legacy is sort of the homogenization, right? To fit into a sort of generalized G1-esque aesthetic. So some people translate better than others, and, animated has a very stylized approach. It does. And so it's a little bit sort of, I guess, jarring to see a animated character in a not one-to-one Derek J. Wyatt style, but I don't know, I still get the feeling of animated here. Like, the proportions are pretty close. He's got the face, the blue face with the lips and the little nose coming down there. He's got the sort of shaped, like L-shaped windows on the front. Like, he still feels like animated Optimus Prime. It helps that he comes with his big sort of fireman's axe. This Prime was one of the few that transforms into a fire truck as opposed to a sort of, I guess, general truck. He's got that going for him. But he does still look like Optimus Prime, of course. So that's really cool. I do like that about him. Paint-wise, he doesn't have a whole lot on here. He's got some sort of black and silver on the sides with some yellow highlights, but overall there is just a lot of gray, red, and blue. But that's sort of what you come to expect with an animated Optimus Prime. Not exactly anything new in that regard, which, hey, is fine. There's not really any kind of like problem with that, but he does look good. Previously shown off in the package, this piece was sort of detached, was sort of treated as an accessory, I guess, and so you just sort of plug that on the back there. Feels very flush, and that'll come in handy with the transformation later on as well. The axe itself is pretty cool. It just plugs into his hand like that, and it does extend. If you look at it like this, it does extend, which it did in the show, so if you want to have him dual-hand it like that, it's pretty neat, so you can have some big swings. The axe does look good. We've got some nice translucent blue here with the silver detail. It does look like how it did in the show, which is what you want, right? That's what you want. Articulation is pretty good, especially for a Transformers figure. With Transformers, we don't always get the guaranteed kind of articulation points you normally get on a 6-inch scale action figure like Marvel Legends or G.I. Joe or whatever. So the fact that we do have sort of like ankle tilt and I guess technically if you want to say ankle pivot with something like that, things like thigh swivels and the arms going out and sort of a bicep swivel here. Like he's got a lot going on. Even look at that. He's even got a waist. So you can do a lot, which I don't know. That's pretty impressive for a Transformers toy. I gotta say, that's kind of cool. Okay, time for the transformation, and this isn't a tutorial. Just a heads up. I'm not that great at transforming Transformers, so I'm probably just gonna speed through this, and let's get to the truck. That's what you guys are here for. Let's get to the truck. Okay, here it is. I tried to film it on screen. It honestly didn't. It just didn't work. So here is Optimus Prime in his vehicle mode, and you know what? It looks like animated Optimus Prime, and that is what you want, honestly. It feels silly to say, because, like, yeah, that's the point. That's the character that he is, which is true, but it's just nice to see this truck in toy form again. That's that's really what it comes down to. I guess he does appear like this in the show pretty frequently. Sometimes he'll have like the rest of the fire truck as sort of a trailer, sort of a nod to Optimus Prime having a trailer and such. But I mean, he does appear like this in the show, which is nice. He looks good. The sort of sunken in grill is pretty accurate to like the original toy and everything. I'm not crazy about how the feet sort of fold up in the back here. The gappy nature is something that doesn't always get solved with Optimus Prime toys, but from the front, where you're going to see him, he looks good. We got the red and blue lights. Like, honestly, this is what you want from an Optimus Prime toy, and I think that is pretty stellar. And then, of course, one last thing before we go. Here he is next to the sort of standard Earthrise Kingdom, wherever you may have gotten this mold, Optimus Prime. And yeah, you can see that this guy is a chunky boy. He's a Voyager class, but I feel like a lot of us sort of expected him to be a bit smaller. Transformers toys tend to be a bit smaller than they used to. But this guy, as you can see here, is pretty big, which is kind of funny, of course, because this is Optimus Prime as a sort of younger man. He's not the Optimus Prime that we all know and love from the G1 cartoon. He's still learning. He's the leader of a group of mechanics, really. They're just sort of like cleanup guys, versus this guy, which of course is the leader of the Autobots, the Peter Cullen Optimus Prime that we all know and love. So to see that he's so beefy compared to him is pretty funny. Like if they were to do an animated Megatron, he'd have to be Commander class, I guess, just based off of how this looks. But really, that's all I wanted to show you with the comparison there. That's all I got to say about this Optimus Prime figure. I do think he's worth it, but thank you guys so much for watching the video. Feel free to let me know what other animated figures you would like to see from this line. Let me know what you think of the Optimus. Do you think he's a good translation? Do you think, they could have done better? Who knows? There's no beating the classics. I get that, but, for what we have today, this is pretty darn cool. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd if you liked, at Anthony Lantern, of course. And I guess that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to for more content. Take care.